Hey everybody, do you know who that is? His name is Martijn, and he's a keyboardist, producer, and founder of the band DELAIN. Now DELAIN, like a lot of bands in the last 3-4 years, like all of us, have struggled with COVID and coming out of COVID and what's the next steps in our journeys? Well, DELAIN has some new faces and a new album. The new album is called Dark Waters. Now they have a new song out today called Queen of Shadow. I got a chance to sit down with Martijn and we discussed the new album, what's coming up next for DELAIN, the sneak peeks, the ideas, the exciting things that are to come. And of course, because it's me, old school nerd, you knew the interview had to go kind of sideways a little bit because apparently Martijn and I share a common hobby or obsession. It has to do with these. Do you know what these are? Well, it's time to get your nerd on. As we transform, we're going to do an interview and then we're going to transform into a reaction to the new song called Queen of Shadow. Hey everybody, my name is Old School Nerd. Welcome in. And if you don't know who that gentleman is over there, then shame on you, because you should know. He's the mastermind, the originator, the OG of DELAIN. That's Martijn. My name is Old School Nerd, and this is our little chat. Look, he's already saluting me.
Absolutely, of course.
Martijn, welcome to my channel. So many of my community are classic European symphonic metal fans. And my journey in the last 2 years on YouTube has been to discover different forms of metal from around the world. At the time of everyone seeing this, you and I have talked a couple of weeks before everyone's going to see this, so we're having to play fun. So, welcome in. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Yeah, no, I'm doing splendid. And no, and it's I have a big connection to the States. I'm married to somebody from the States. Going to the States in a couple of weeks. So to me, it feels like coming home.
Right. So this, okay. I guess the first question that everyone has asked me that I feel like I have to ask you is lots of changes. If you look back 3 years and you look at, the band DELAIN, the project, the entity, the monster of music that is DELAIN, for the last almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
So much has changed, but yet there's some familiar faces back. So it seems like a homecoming. Can you tell us a little bit what's different in this new lineup?
Yes, I can. I can. It has been a huge roller coaster, of course, the last couple of years for everybody, of course, with COVID and then God knows what all kinds of things. Right now, DELAIN consists out of original members from the April Rain era. Ronald Landa, he's the guitar player, and Sander Zoer, he is the drummer. Ronald left just a little bit after April Rain, and Sander left after our album Human Contradiction. So he was actually in DELAIN for a long time.
Yeah.
And we always remained friends and stayed in touch. And at a certain point for them, they got to a stage where they said, where they had to say, okay, I want to have kids, I want to have family. If I tour the whole time, it's going to be difficult. Oh, I got a job offer here, and you have to do that kind of stuff. Like, okay, I'm going to be a professional musician. Am I going to take that route, or am I going to take the other route? And but that was like a long time ago already. It's like 10 years ago or so. And now they have settled, and it fits. DELAIN fits in their lives again, and I'm so grateful for it, and I'm so happy they're back. And talking about coming home, that also to me feels like coming home. Yeah.
Okay, so the new bassist, Ludovico. What a name! I mean, so he is. Where is he from?
Italy.
Yeah, of course. With that kind of name, yeah, it's got to be Italy.
Now everything is pretty about Italy, so even the name. Now he is from the death metal scene originally. He's a guitar player there. He's he's a front man of a band called Nightland. He also plays another band called The Modern Age Slavery. And Ronald bumped into him online and asked if he was open to playing Delain. Because we had help when making the album from Rob for playing bass, Rob van der Loo. He was our former bass player, and he left at a certain point to do something with it. He opened an education platform, if I'm correct, and then he was asked by Epica. And
Wow.
so he's now the bassist of Epica, and of course, both Delain and Epica have demanding schedules, so that would never work.
Yeah.
But at the beginning stages of this album, I was still puzzling. Okay, are we going to continue as a project or as a band? And first, I thought, I'm never going to get a band together again like I had. Those people were so talented, and so that's too much luck. So let's do the project. And then I asked Rob for that. But of course, we're now sitting here with Delain as a band. So that's why we had to ask a bass player, and Ludo took that job, and so he plays bass for us, and he does phenomenal growls as well.
That adds another component.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
Adds a new spice to the mix.
Oh man, and he does it so well. Yeah, he's really good at what he does. Yeah.
So now we get to talk about the one thing that everyone's talked about for the last year. And that's Diana. Now, Delain has always been two things to a lot of us.
Sure, yeah.
It's always been symphonic storytelling with elaborate musical scores and power vocals.
Yes.
With Diana, I'm getting a different feel, and I want to share what I feel and see if that's kind of what you intended. Diana, so far in these last two songs, doesn't come off as this in-your-face Nora Luhimo, Floor Jansen, Simone Simmons blasting power vocalist. She comes across as a pure voice, almost like fantasy elf type, like she's telling you a story. It's not trying to grab your attention. It's more like it's not a seduction. It's more of a story tell where you're like, oh, this person's trying to tell me something. They're not demanding. It's not power, but it's clean. It's soft. It's comforting. And a lot of us were like, I don't know if I like this. And then we hear the first two songs, and now, especially when we see Moth to a Flame, we're like, okay, I see the method behind the madness. We get it now. It's just a different way of telling the story.
Yes. Yeah, she has a very comfortable voice, and it's like it sounds so freaking nice in a good way. And when I heard her voice the first time, I thought, man, she has so much control over her voice. She can have power though. I think people they ain't seen nothing yet.
Good.
What can. So there's, but when you have only a couple songs out, of course, when people see this, the album is out. She has a lot of possibilities with her voice. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, her soft tone reminds me of another Napalm artist, ad infinitum, Melissa Bonney. Melissa Bonney has a very soft vocal. She growls, but her voice tone is very and your wife is from the States, very soulful voice. Diana has this very light, also it could be contemporary vocals. It doesn't match per se what people intend all the time when they think what metal has to be. But if Delain's going to stand out with so many amazing storytelling bands in symphonic music now, this is the way to do it.
Yeah. No, true, and I think you're right. And we also have a lot of power, different kind of power with Ludo, with growls, but also Ronald. He's a very gifted singer and can do growls as well. He did that on April Rain as well. So it's insane how much talent there is with these people in Delain. And so I'm so grateful, and I'm so lucky. I'm a lucky bastard, so to say. Yeah.
And you're not even just talking about your wife. You're talking about the band too.
Yes,
you're a lucky bastard. All right.
That's who I am. Yeah.
Okay, so we know musically what to expect from Delain. However, people are saying it sounds a little bit more aggressive. Less keys, less symphonics, less airy, ethereal tones. There's some riffs in here. And
Yeah.
as we hear this catchy little, everyone's feeling this catchy, almost pop feel in Moth to a Flame that literally downshifts into that riff. And everyone's like, where the hell is Delain going? And it's refreshing. So we're going into now that the album's released, you have some surprises on this album that I don't think anybody realized were coming. And one of them has this guy named Paolo.
Yes.
He's like on like 3 songs, right?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is. No, and he is an amazing singer. Like he can do power metal easily. He can do Journey easily. Yeah, and I love the 80s. You know, I see Transformers there in the back on your shelves there.
Hey, you got the touch, baby. I'm a Stan Bush fan.
Oh man, I love Transformers. I have it here as well. You know, I can show it to you.
You could,
There you
yeah.
go.
Oh, I see it. I see him up there. I see that box. That's classic right there.
Yep.
I keep my Optimus Prime up there, and people send me things. That Optimus Prime I've had since I was 9 years old. That's that's an OG Generation 1.
Wow, G1.
So yeah, that's why it's up there. I'm an old guy. I'm like in my late 40s, so I'm not like these young YouTube pups that doesn't like. I remember the 80s. I lived the 80s. I know what's up. But here's my favorite part about when I saw Paolo's name come up. I did a search on YouTube and found out where he's from The Voice. Like he was on the show The Voice, and he can sing anything. And right now everyone's doing that Miami Vice, neon, 80s, that synth wave, which of course, if anybody knows synth wave, it's you, because you can do that. But so many of us have now, it's captured the imagination in metal with bands like Electric Callboy and other bands that are willing to go that direction, and it made the 80s cool, which is great for me. Here's the thing. Paolo can do all that.
Yes.
Are there songs where we get to see those little whiffs more than just, Moth to the Flame had it in the catchy chorus and that almost 80s pop feel verse, but then with that metal in there, it kept it cohesive. What else can we expect from there? Is something like Hideaway Paradise, something like that?
Yes, absolutely. No, as I said, I love the 80s, and you can hear it in my music as well, and in the sounds, the synthesizer, 80s kind of vibe, and you can definitely find it there as well. So I think Delain always has that connection to that 80s connection, because I have that 80s connection as well. And I absolutely love it. And Paolo, his voice, it has a big 80s connection as well. Yeah.
All right. So so many amazing songs. And I want to talk about one song that we've been told about. All the reactors, all the people that are in promotion, marketing, social media. There's a rumor going around that there's a song on this album. A big song, the big song. You're nodding your head because you know what I'm talking about. Do you want to say the name of this song so I don't spoil anything? What's the name of this song?
You're talking Invictus.
Yes. It's not just a great movie with Matt Damon about rugby. It's they said it is a magnum opus of this album. It is the pinnacle of what Delain is trying to say in this album. And I know Paolo's involved. Of course, Diana's going to be involved. Anything else you need to tell us about this song that people will be shocked about?
Yes. There's also this other guy, retired pirate captain.
Yeah, not really famous or anything. I think he was on The Masked Singer in Finland or something.
Yes.
Nobody special.
No, his name starts with an M and ends with Arco.
It rhymes with Darko.
Marko, and his the rest of his name is HEITALA. So that's Marko HEITALA.
I'm glad you said that because you know me. I can't say that. I can get the first name. That's, oh man, you know, it's, ask your wife. She knows it's hard for us here in America. But everyone's saying that this song has a climax that brings the entire album together in a triumphant just explosion. And I don't know when this song is coming out as far as a video, or if you're even making a video, but if you do, I am going to be there at the premiere to watch it, because that everyone is talking about this in behind the scenes. It's like, okay, you see these two songs, you like them, Moth to a Flame. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Delain is awesome. Great. But wait, there's more. You are teasing us, good sir. Everyone's saying that, no, you are. And that's why you're laughing, because you know, he's like, yeah, we're going to put these songs out. And everyone's like, yay, Delain's back. And then as soon as the album comes out, you guys are going to drop the hammer and everyone's going to go like, and they're just going to stand there.
That would be cool.
It's going to happen. You know, it's going to happen.
One problem. You know, we spent a lot of money already on the album and the videos, that there's no budget left for another video. But who knows?
You never know what's going to happen. Honestly, you guys could literally play this in a storage box with some LED lights hung from the ceiling, and it's going to be fine. It's fine. Go for it. We're clicking. We're watching. Okay.
You're making video scripts, aren't you?
I'm not going to lie. I love production. Here's my question, and I think this is my last question before I let you say anything you want to say to all the amazing Delain fans that have been so anticipating this project. Your wife is from the States. I'm in the States. Is there any possibility that we're going to get to see Delain in the States in the next year, maybe in 2023, 2024?
I'm going to give you a scoop.
Uh-oh.
Nobody knows it yet.
It's a secret.
And my American agent would not be happy, but he's not here. So, yeah, we're going to do a tour in September in the States.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even have to say, who you're touring with. I know it's usually when I got to see Sabaton with Epica. That was a show and a half. You know, I got to see Malevolence and Ginger came through and all these things. I'm like, I just want a really good symphonic metal band to come through. And I got to see Epica. And then when I saw the American audience just go nuts for this storytelling, I know there's some reactors, they love the harsh vocals and the growling and the killing of the animal noises and all that stuff. People that know me, I'm an old school guy. I like storytelling. I'm a Rush fan, right? So if you can't tell a story, you're going to lose me. And so I want to see Delain live, because there's just something about live symphonic metal. It sounds different than an album. There's an energy, there's a connection in the crowd that you just can't put on an album compared to live. And
different animal.
Yeah, and look, I'll tell you right now, I don't know if you're coming anywhere near where I live, and when this interview's over, I'll tell you where I live and you can say how close we are, but I'll drive. I gotta see it. I want you to see this beard, you know, and this blue shirt going like this, you know, and be like, I know that guy, that's that idiot that my wife was laughing because he couldn't say European names. Yeah, so that's pretty amazing. So to wrap up our time together real quick, is there anything that you yourself, Martijn, want to say to all the Delain fans that are going to see this interview? This isn't for everybody else. This isn't for the haters. This is for the Delain fans. Yes, for the Delain fans.
I want to say that I am so incredibly grateful. I got so many positive reactions and messages, also a lot from the States, saying, hey man, please continue with what you're doing and just giving so much energy. And I just want to say thank you, because, you know, because of people like them, we can do this.
Oh yeah.
Very simple. So
There's a friend of mine named Tori, and she has a reaction channel, and she's gonna see this interview, and she loves Delain. She loves everything you do. She's reacted to all of your videos. She's so pumped that you guys are releasing this album. She did her Moth to a Flame reaction, and I love watching her reactions because she's from the UK. She lives here in the States, and she's one of the reactors like myself who live here in the US, trying to spread this European metal vibe to the US, because the US is kind of hampered by the fact that all of our music from here is kind of driven still by the radio industry. So the creativity is not as elaborate as it is in Europe. And Europe is going through this giant explosion of creativity. After the pandemic, it just seems like Delain and every other band in Europe is being told by their label, like Napalm goes up to you and says, "Hey, Martijn, get as creative as you want to be. Let's push the boundaries. Let's make something creative," and you guys can.
that is how they are.
And that is something we don't get here in the States, and so that's why I cannot wait to see Delain hit the shores here in the US and spread. Because every time a band comes through the US from the States, everyone wants them to come back, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's awesome to see. So cannot wait to see you guys in September. I guess that's it for us.
Thank you so much. It was fun.
No, thank you for sharing your love of Transformers. That helps me. It makes me realize I'm not alone.
No, you're not. We're both Transformer dorks. We both are.
There's a reason why I'm called old school nerd. It's because I was born in the 70s and I have toys on my wall. So
yeah, same here.
All right. Well, Martijn, thank you so much for your time. Everyone, this is the man. This is the creative genius, the leader, the storyteller, bringing it all together. So excited. Dark Waters is the album. It is out on February the 10th. And so many amazing songs, including one that we just kind of hinted a lot about, which I cannot wait to see. All right, sir, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
All right, everybody. I want to thank Martijn so much for that interview. We actually got to talk a little bit after the interview was over. You guys don't get to see this part of it. We talked about travel and his wife being from the United States, his thoughts about possibly moving to the US one day, and them coming to vacation in my area, or at least passing through my area, hopefully sometime this year, and hoping to have a lunch or dinner with them and connect with them again. And I think he may even try to buy this off of me. I will take euros, sir. Anyway, I'm lying. He knows this is never leaving my possession. I got this when I was 10. It goes when I go. All right. All right, but let's talk about what's new and fresh instead of old toys, shall we? Queen of Shadow. Now, this one involves Paolo. We talked about Paolo during the interview. The guy can sing the phone book. He can sing anything. He joins forces with Delain, a dynamic duo in this vocal. Are you ready? This is Queen of Shadow. My name is Old School Nerd. Let's get into this. I think I've waited like a month for this, so also, don't forget, I'll have all of Delain's information in the description below. Album comes out tomorrow, Friday, February the 10th. Big day tomorrow. Huge. Let's get into it. I expect heavy imagery. Build it up. Oh, that tone. There we go. There is a beauty in the power. Of course, her vocals are so light, so clean, so youthful that sometimes you think, can it be heavy enough for metal? Then Paolo comes in and you put their voices together. And it's a really broad, wide, just sweep through the vocal area. And they sound amazing together. I'm in. Martijn was right. Putting them together brings something different. It brings something unique. I like it. I really like it. Let's keep going. All right, I see what Martijn was saying. He's a child of the 80s. He's gonna love the classics. And remember, this power metal, symphonic metal really started in the 80s with those huge power ballads and that chord progression. Da na 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 na. You know, it almost reminds you of one of those fantasy big blockbuster movies of the 80s, but yet it's modern instrumentation. It's a modern arrangement with all the bells and whistles and technology of now, but it still harkens back to that classic age. And it just reminds me, God, it reminds me of just getting carried away as a kid when music for movies and these ballads and music videos meant something. Like they captured everyone's attention for a whole summer, right? That's what it reminds me of in the best way. So no, I totally get what Martijn was saying. And I get it. He's right. And it's a good thing. All right. I told you, we talked about there would be surprises on the album. Paolo's one. And of course, there's another particular person we talked about in the interview coming up in one of the songs. So yeah, let's finish this out. Queen of Shadow. I want to hear that dynamic duo again in that vocal area. Of course, the band is laying it down just as we thought they would. Perfectly done. Now look, I do a lot of different metal reactions. I do dark, heavy, fast, thrashy, aggressive metal. I do folk music. I do genre twisting rap into some sort of experimental progressive metal on my channel. This channel does everything, which includes just really good, well done, symphonic, beautiful storytelling metal. That's what we're doing here. That's what DELAIN does best. This album's a banger. Description, people. Information's there. Go get it. All right, let's finish it up. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful stuff, man. Straight up. Wow. I mean, it's really, really well done. I enjoy what they're doing here. I think the collaboration in the vocal area is wonderful for this song. Her voice is so beautiful. It's so light and airy. To have Paolo come in there and just kind of give it an extra oomph adds a dynamic to the song. I think it's a well done balance. I think it's a well done collaboration. All right, so this is the new one. New album. Dark Waters is out tomorrow. My name is Old School Nerd. This is DELAIN. Thank you so much to Martijn. Thank you for giving me of your time and your nerddom. I appreciate it very much. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said before, check out the description below. I've got all of DELAIN's information. Let us know what you think in the comments. Give us a breakdown. Did I talk too long? You don't even have to say it. I know. It's okay. It's okay. I love you guys anyway. Hey, and with that, love you guys. We'll see you later. It's going to be a good weekend. February 10th. A wonderful weekend. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right there. Big thank you to all my Patreons out there. We appreciate everything you do. If you want more content like this video, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.